Hey, Mr. Clash here, and today we're going to have a look at these bases. The 4 air defences in 4 corner bases or something like it. Things like this. So just check on the Clan Castle radio so you can see where that relates to the air defences, because that will play a part in the plan for this later. Okay, so generally the idea. How do you attack these? These bases have come about to try and prevent air attacks and gobo lalo, things like that, because your hounds will be up here. By the time they burst and everything, then the rest of the base is not really, the hounds aren't really distracting many weapons. Okay, so first things first, what do we know about the base? There's a Tesla farm here, like that, and a couple of big bombs here, and there's a big bomb here, and I don't know where the other big bomb is. Never discovered it, doesn't matter. What matters is the Tesla farm and the approach. Now there are 2 ways to view this, something to do with the heroes up the top here or opposite to that. Now the attack that I came up with for this was a dragon based attack. So it was going to be a haste onto this one. Balloons, take that out. Haste, balloons, take that out. Now, not in this order though, because as I mentioned about the Clan Castle radius, you can see here, once these balloons take that out, they will path this way or to the cannon and they'll trigger the Clan Castle, and I don't want that to happen immediately. Okay, so once those 2 air defences are taken out, clear that up. Now it's time for the dragon part. Now again, Clan Castle radius, okay. Now I knew that this would get triggered. So check the range of this, make sure, okay, great. So that comes out to the mortar and not further. So that's pretty handy to know, and it's a good thing to know. Okay, so we move on from here, and the idea was Lava Hound in the CC onto that air defense. Couple dragons here, the rest of the dragons like this. And I'm bringing 8 dragons, and you'll see the troop combo in a minute. Now the reason these ones were deployed outside in and then outside in is as they take things out, they path in. If this one goes this way, that's not going to be an issue. The other thing to take note of is this archer will be in range of the air defense. So that means it will be shooting the Lava Hound and not the dragons, which are over here, creating a very nice funnel. Thank you very much. Okay, so going back to there. Now, the thing with the Tesla farm being here, very important. All the dragons are going to be taking out the Tesla farm early on, and I'll have 4 balloons up my sleeve to come in, possibly 6. I'll explain things as we go a little bit later. As we go into the attack, I'll explain why I did what I did. So the idea is to have a rage spell here, and that is twofold. One, it rages the balloons which come in behind. So they'll start taking out Teslas and things like that, rage balloons. But also rages the dragons to get through this part of the base very, very fast. So once that's done, I can't control the dragons. Okay, so now we move on to the top bit. What do I do with this last air defense? And the last air defense is Silly Heroes. So basically you can see the air defense there. See its range, how far it comes down. So the order of attack will be, it will go 1, 2, 3, poison, Lava Hound, balloons, rage, king, queen. That's it. Now sit back and watch. King will start bashing his stuff and go that way, probably, because once he goes here to here, that'll be closer. Queen will take that out, help him take that out, and then she'll come on, take out the air defense. Now, if the king takes out the queen, that's great. If he doesn't, that's great. It's not going to matter. My queen can easily take out the queen if that happens. If not, king's gone this way, my queen will start pathing this way, take out this, take out this, take out this, that sort of thing. So my queen will take out a little bit, the king will path down this way, and the dragon should take out the rest of the base. Now, something very, very important. very important on this one, and that is the air sweepers. Had to deal with the air sweepers first. Okay, so what I'm doing with those ones is zap, zap, quake. Zot, zot. So a quake takes out them, 2 lightning spell, sweepers are down, that's weakened, that's weakened. Now, that was the general plan for this base. So just to refresh very quickly, haste and balloons, heroes and dragon, lava hound with balloons and dragons on the bottom here. Now, same logic, it doesn't matter. If you had haste, heroes, then dragons will come on this side, surrounded by, yeah, see what I'm getting at? It's the same principle, it doesn't matter where everything is, you just rotate it around the base as you need to, having the haste as it relates to taking out, drawing the CC, things like that as well. So let's just have a look at the troop combo. All right, let's just stop that there for a second. So you can see 1 minute and 45 this base got wiped out in. So very quick, look at my troops, 12 loons. Now I had thought about just dropping 3 loons on these air defenses. Then I thought, you know what, if there's a couple of red air bombs, 3 loons, it'll just be too painful. Now the other thing that you will notice that I'm doing with the haste, very important, I'm not dropping the haste here or here. I'm dropping the haste out here. And the reason that's important is that when I drop the balloons, boom, 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 they are immediately hasted. They don't have to fly slowly into the haste and get here. They immediately. So by dropping the haste out here, when I deploy the balloons here, they are hasted straight away and rush in. So that's something to keep in mind. And they carry some of that haste with them after the haste spell. So you don't have to drop the haste right on the air defense. Okay, so let's have a look at how this all goes in action. All right, so we're going to start off with the left first. I'm going to earthquake the middle first, make sure that's done, because I'm not going to have time for that a little bit later. So both sweepers are down. Okay, haste and boom, boom, boom. There we go, 4 loons. Air defense goes down. Now we come into the dragons at the bottom. You'll see lava hound, dragon, and then dragons from the right hand side. There we go. So now as they breathe out from the right hand side, they'll all start to funnel in. Loons on the left, on the right. Poison for the clan castle, which was a dragon, and now my rest of the balloons come in. Now while that's going on down there, I'll just move that up so you can see that. Rage spell, and the dragons and the balloons will just rage straight into that, so that's great. Now that I've raged all that down there, you can see at the top I've dropped my heroes, the king at the top and the queen, so we can see all of it in action. Now at this point, you know, if you could just look at it, of so many dragons as the balloons still left, but you just know the base is finished. And it's just a matter of time. 44 seconds left. Now the kings had to use the ability because he was getting targeted by Archer Tower. The Archer Tower's also on the king, so the queen will take that Archer Tower out. And look at all the dragons. The dragons took out the enemy queen, no problem, which is what they do. Enemy queen can't take out a dragon, and just too many dragons left. Now balloons still up. I've still got balloons up. So after all of this, I've still got all these balloons up. So I just lost a dragon there, but I've still got 5 dragons up in various stages of health, which is 100 camp space and 2 balloons. So I've got 110 camp space of troops still up, and all the spells have been used. And I only used the queen's ability to take out the king. So I could possibly have gotten away with not doing it, but once the king aggroed, I thought it's best. So again, let's just have a look at this. The logic that went into this. Haste, after taking out the air defense, sweeper. Now what I did do was, I had some clanmates who had similar sort of bases that didn't have sweepers together in the middle. So I know if you're thinking, oh, maybe the base I'm attacking doesn't have sweepers like that. If you can zap one sweeper, that enables you to get your dragons in so that your dragons are not fighting a sweeper. And this is really, really important. Try and come in from behind a sweeper with these sorts of attacks. If you got to zap the sweeper that faces this way, zap the sweeper that faces this way. If you can't do that, then come in from a different part of the base where you can take out the sweeper and come in from behind a sweeper that might still be up. So I tried this on bases that had sweepers close together. I tried it on just zapping one sweeper and then coming in from behind the other sweeper. That's with bases that had these 4 air defenses out in the corners in this sort of a fashion, where I could haste balloons in and do Sui heroes on one of the air defenses. Now the trick is also, if you can, don't be very quick on using the rage spell. You want to try and have the rage spell up your sleeve for Tesla farms and things like that. If you just drop the rage spell straight off the bat, you just go, and then a Tesla farm pops later, then you might be in a little bit of trouble. If you know there's a Tesla farm, then try and keep the rage spell up your sleeve for the Tesla farm. Don't worry about raging onto the queen. You're bringing 8 dragons. That's plenty of dragons to take out a queen and the rest of the base. As you can see here, Max Defense's base just fell, even with the Tesla farm and 2 expos all firing on those dragons. So like I said, drop the haste spell out further so that your balloons go straight into a haste spell, so that you don't have them going slow and then they come into a haste spell. So you watch the haste spell on the left. Over here, you'll see how I've dropped it just further out and the balloons get deployed directly into the haste spell. There we go. So they are hasting straight away. The rage spell is for the heavy DPS Tesla area, and the Sui heroes was either going to be at the top of the base or the bottom. Now the reason I chose the Sui heroes at the top was because the Tesla farm was at the bottom and I needed all my dragons with the rage spell to take out the Tesla farm at the bottom. So most of the dragons taking out the Tesla farm, that's where the DPS was. That's where I came in at the base so that all that DPS could get taken out quickly, and Sui heroes at the top to take out that last air defense at the top. So as you can see at the bottom, the bottom of this base is just getting absolutely pulverized, and the top is going to be pulverized as everything just passed through. So if you don't have bases in your clan that have these 4 corner air defenses, ask someone to make it. Stop the video. Share this video with your friends and say, hey, can you make this base or something like it? I want to test this out, because I tested it out on three different bases with these corner sort of air defenses, and it wrecked all of the bases that I tested it on. Even when I decided to come in at different angles or do weird things, it still wrecked those bases by doing haste, Sui heroes, dragon lava hand at one end, and these bases all fell. So this is how you beat these corner air defense bases that have been designed to be anti-lava. So that will be it for today's video. Question of the day. Question of the day. Okay, what is the difference between a shabbily dressed man on a bicycle and a sharp dressed man on a tricycle? A shabbily dressed man on a bicycle and a sharp dressed man on a tricycle. What's the difference between them? Why, it's a tyre, of course. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Hope you found this very interesting. Like I said, do try this attack troop combo that you can see on the screen there on various 4 corner bases. You must be able to get the balloons in on the haste on the corners, heroes at one, dragon lava on the other, and keep your rage spell up your sleeve for the heavy DPS areas of the base. Please leave the video a thumb up. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you'd like to join the clan, Guns and Honey, details in the description below. Town Hall 9, 20 heroes up. Town Hall 10, 35 and up. Town Hall 11, 40 and up. And I'll see you in the next video.